Welcome to Martini Time. I've waited all day for this moment with this communion with you. I want to be truthful with you. These are fake sermons. I'm a Martini priest. I've been ordained by my uncle, who left me 500 Martini glasses. One of them is the Holy Grail, he said. Choose wisely. And so each time, this is a dragon Martini glass, and each glass I try to use different ones, and hoping to find the Holy Grail. If I have, how would I know it? Anyway, so the title of this is, this is a fake sermon. And I just really have to laugh because I just posted this on my my Facebook. I don't know what to call the damn thing. It's not a page because I have pages. So it's a wall. It's like maybe it's the praying wall. I don't know. So anyway, and I said basically I'm a fake minister. And I got the idea, I couldn't get any credentials to be a true minister, so I'm a fake minister. And I got the idea from the Daily Show, fake news. So this is a fake sermon. And it's very liberating. I don't have to be serious. I don't have to pretend to be telling the truth. And also, I seem to be fascinated with the toilet because I got the insight for this when I was at the toilet. So, and so anyway, I'm a little giddy, and it's not the martini. But when you see the absurdity of your seriousness, all you can do is just laugh. When you can see the absurdity of our endeavors to be serious and to change the world and to fix other people and destroy their opinions and make our opinion the final one standing and all that, it's all absurd. It's the food for jokes. And that's why I love Zen. Zen is Buddhism with jokes. So, and Jews are great comics because they know the joke of it too. The Jewish God is ironic. It's the Christians that made him serious. So so anyway, Jews and Zen all make jokes. And blacks make good comedians too because they realize the absurdity of so much of our seriousness, you see. So anyway, what are we going to sermonize about today is that I've been writing about the moral compass. Now, the GOP, the Republican Party, ever since Nixon, ever since Reagan, Nixon lost it, but he was elected as the moral compass, but then he lost it. But then Reagan came in, and Reagan was kind of like the moral compass. So whatever Reagan pointed to, that's where the GPO is going. That's the course we're going on, you see. And then evangelicals came in and gave it a little, and God put his hand on the compass, you see. And so all of the Republicans, basically when they're polled, they say under liberal government, the country's going in the wrong direction. The compass is screwed up, you see. So elect Republicans because they have the moral compass. Well, how has that worked out? There's two kinds of compasses. If you ever went to Boy Scouts, you'll know you had a magnetic compass. But if you had a magnetic compass, you didn't want anything close to iron on it, you see, because iron would pull the needle off a little bit. And you would start going in a circle. And you would end up where you started. Because the needle was going, it looked like it was going to true north, to truth, you see. But it wasn't. It was pulled off by a little by a little iron, you see. And so if you particularly on a ship, so when they invented the gyro compass, that's a bigger compass, but it's not diverted by iron. It's not diverted by nails, you see. It always points true north. So political parties all have magnetic compasses. So where is the gyro compass? If the political parties are both saying they're pointing to truth, follow me, I got the compass. Y'all are wandering in the wilderness, I got the compass, follow me. And then when you follow them, after a while you find out you're going in a circle. So then the other one says, wait, you silly people, you're going in a circle. I got the true compass, follow me. And so you follow them for a while, and pretty soon, after a few elections, you're going in a circle. You're going in the wrong direction. Wake up. So you go follow the other one. So back and forth, you see. Every 8 years, the other party's got the moral compass. And everybody's going in circles. So what in the hell is the gyro compass? And we know there is one because we invented it. The gyro compass always points to truth, true north, you see. So so the gyro compass can't be a political party. Because as soon as you get a political party, they're going to put some nails around that magnetic compass of their political power. In other words, there's always this contest between true north and magnetic north, you see. And if you steer towards your power, if you steer towards what's going to give you power, that's like, that's like putting little iron nails of power next to your needle, and it's going to veer off a little bit, you see. And then as you go along, as you keep wanting more and more power, you're going to keep putting more and more iron nails there. So the course is and I think this is what's happened with the Republican Party. Because as they fall in love with their own power, they keep putting in more iron nails, driving in iron nails of power, and the needle goes off a few degrees. And now, when Trump came in, it's way off. And it's beginning to be obvious. Now, okay, so how do you get your party, if not the nation? If the parties, and everybody's complaining, and they say, well, they're both pox on both parties, they're both screwed up. That's not really helpful, because it's creating a false equivalency where everything is equal, and if everything is equal, there is no truth. And that just trips us into desperation, despair, and self-annihilation. There has to be truth. There has to be a course. There has to be a movement. There has to be a moral compass that is not magnetic, because the fundamentally, we all have an ego, and the ego's compass is a magnetic compass. So the ego compass is always going to veer off of truth a little bit, or a lot, you see. Because our conditioning, our investment is the iron nails around our ego compass, you see. So the ego compass is always going to be a magnetic compass, and it's always going to be a little, if not a lot, off the truth. So when you get two magnetic compasses arguing, each one saying that I got the truth, you see, then you got Facebook. Right? So here's where magnetic compasses come to argue on who's got the truth. You know, and it's absurd, and that's why I laugh, and that's why this is a fake sermon. So what is the moral compass? Well, the moral compass is activated by sacrifice. Now, a good example of that, now I don't know how it'll work out, you know, but there's a sense that people feel this way with Franken, who was accused by, by accusers who were, I think he had 8 in a row. That was the tipping point, it seems. but they're light accusations compared to Moore and Trump and Weinstein and the rest of them. And he willingly sacrificed his political career, even though he wanted to contest some of these allegations in the ethics committee, even though he said a few of them were not true and the others he remembered differently. Okay. But there was no court here. It was like a sacrifice. And he willingly sacrificed a very promising career. I mean, he was a presidential contender. He sacrificed his career and killed himself in a sacrifice. So what the sacrifice I'm talking about is when you sacrifice your political goals for something that is higher. Okay. So the paradox here is that if your parties are truth on a magnetic compass, each one is going in a circle, its own circle, you see. Where is the true north? Well, the only way to find the true north is to sacrifice your party, is to sacrifice your political career, is to sacrifice your political God, you see. Now, if the Republican Party says we have God, God's on our side, that's why our compass is going straight and yours is going crooked, then the only way the Republicans have put themselves into a double bind, because the only way for them to find true north is to sacrifice God, their political God, you see. And not many of them are doing that. And this is what the hungry country for. The country is hungry for. Crying out, who will make the sacrifice to point to true God, to true north, when the political parties are pointing to a magnetic God? You see. And so this is, I think we're coming to this point. Sacrifice is being called for. Sacrifice is being called for. Who will sacrifice their God for true God? And that's not an easy sacrifice. Who will sacrifice God for God? Thanks for dropping in.